By what name are you known?
There are some who call me Tim.
Get him. Get him.
Hey, this is Sadie Sutton from She Persisted Podcast, and you're listening to 20TIMinutes. Let's dive into the episode.
What is happening, party people? Episode 26 of 20TIMinutes. I am your host, Timothy McCarthy. Welcome back. Episode 26. Episode 25 was a big one. If you didn't hear it, you should go listen to it because it was super awkward and sad and weird for me to do. And I have a bunch of phlegm in my throat because I ate a bunch of Haribo gummy bears. Haribo? I always forget how to pronounce it. Haribo. But those things are bomb. You got to feel the bag before you buy them because then you'll know if they're trash or not. But welcome back, guys. Thank you so much. Episode 25 was pretty big. I'll get into that in a minute. But first, I want to thank everybody for donating to my Buy Me a Coffee page, which helps me keep the podcast going. There's a lot of different weird fees to do this. It's kind of free, kind of not. Don't know what I'm really doing, but thank you. My buddy Sean Cushigan, he's a big fan. I talk to him all the time. Don't know how to pronounce his last name. When you make friends on the internet and they show their last name and it's spelled weird, or you don't know, you never heard it before. So Sean, I do apologize. And then Bill Barclay, another big fan of the podcast. Those are my three members that paid for a subscription for the year. And then my good friends with Friday Night Wine Girls, Julian with It Goes Down in the PM, my mommy, and my brother Bill, and then my neighbor Matt. So I appreciate all you guys for helping me out with the 20TIMinutes podcast. That introduction was done by Sadie Sutton with the She Persisted podcast. Me and her will be chatting this Thursday. Well, we already did chat, so be on the lookout for that for this Thursday. She was awesome. She helps out with teen mental health. She is a senior in high school going into college. She's super smart, super sweet. Yeah, it's a good one. I had a lot of fun with her. So, like you guys know, I always do the rock, paper, scissors with people. Sorry, Haribo throat. And I recorded it by mistake the wrong way because a lot of my interviews are side by side if you watch them, and if you don't, why not? But that one, it was like the one that went back and forth. So our rock, paper, scissors match was not recorded properly, but I'll let you know the results right now. And Sadie beat me. I think she beat me 2 out of 3. So she went down as the first female contestant in the rock, paper, scissors championship tournament season against 20TIMinutes. I'm not doing too good. Rock, paper, scissors is not my thing right now. I don't know why I started it, but we're going to rock it till the wheels fall off. Rock, paper, scissors. You know what I mean? I get too much in my head. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to keep throwing the same thing, and they'll think I'm not. I don't know. There's no science behind it. People are like, no, you can do. No, it's all a mind game. Whatever. If you want the smoke, I don't have any of it because I am not good at it. And again, don't forget to download the 20TIMinutes app. It's a pretty cool app. It's kind of like the same shit. I need to be more active on it. Thank you for Caleb with the Advertisers LLC for getting that up for me. But you guys are going to download that, and I can interact with you more. I know what it is, too. I feel like I haven't been too into the... I've been into the podcast. It's going great. I'm doing a good job. But I think with the last episode, it took a lot out of me. And then this week, I'm on like staycation with Lindsay. Our anniversary was on Sunday. 6 years married. And then 12 years together, I think. I always mess it up and she kills me every time. She's like, yeah, dickhead, we've been together for like 12 years. So I feel like I'm getting back in the swing of things. You know, like when you went to high school and you haven't showed up in a couple weeks and you like miss all the jokes and homework and you just so scramble and you have to catch up. I feel like that's what I'm doing right now. But I am happy to be back. Today was another day. I'm waiting the last minute to record. I got to stop doing that. Because on the Buy Me a Coffee page, I let people have like early access to the shows and stupid little shit because I'm not popular enough to like give out big things, but can't even do that. So everyone that supported the Buy Me a Coffee, I do apologize, but I do have a lot of other benefits on there. So check that out and help me out. Just buy me a virtual hug. That's what I called it. I redid it because I already drank enough coffee. Dunkin' Donuts coffee is terrible. Terrible. Can't drink it anymore. So yeah, last week I talked about my suicide attempt, and everyone was really good about it because I stressed in the episode to not talk to me about it. Not that I didn't want not, it's, what am I trying to say? Not that I was like rude about it. I just can't talk about it with like a bunch of people. That's why I kind of did it on the podcast, so I don't have to get super emotional anymore about it. But I told people to just send me photos of wrestlers, and they did. So I do appreciate that. That was really cool. And thanks for actually listening. And there were some people that reached out, but it wasn't detailed. It was just really nice what you guys wrote, and meant a lot. And it's like super awkward because like people see me now and they're like, "So, you doing good? Yeah. Oh yeah, the podcast's doing good." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm doing good too." So yeah, that was a tough one. And this past Saturday, Cinco de Mayo, so that was the date in 2019. And like I said, it's my brother's birthday. So we celebrated his surprise 41st birthday. 41st? God damn it. I don't know how to speak English. People always message me. Like when I was talking about when I was like, I felt like there was a shadow trying to catch up to my body when I was like going to like do whatever I had to do. And then my friend Jen was like, "Yeah, it's called an outer body experience." I was like, "Yep, that is it." So I feel like if you want to correct me every week, just shoot me a message and I will point that out of how dumb I am. But yeah, so I had my brother's birthday. It was great. It was a surprise one because obviously last year we couldn't do it. He texted me very early in the morning because he does listen to a lot of episodes, and he told me not to apologize for anything, and he was super proud of me. So your boy was just crying all day, and it was good to get it all out because I think I'm ready to like tell my story to other people too that need to hear it, not just with the podcast. I was trying to donate my time to the people I donated my money to for the t-shirt sales, the Plymouth Suicide Prevention Coalition group. I always forget it. It's a long acronym and I always forget it, but I did a FaceTime Zoom with all of them. And it's so awkward meeting new people, especially on Zoom. And it's like, all right, everyone introduce themselves. I'm like, "Hey, I'm a walking cartoon character with the podcast. And yeah, how is everybody?" So I just sit there and nod, kept myself on mute. And then like my neighbor's dog got out. So I had to like run off the Zoom meeting and like go save this dog. And I was like, shit, I got to find this dog. You know what I didn't do? I didn't put a recorder down because I don't know how long this episode's going to be. So sorry. I'm not doing it with the headphones anymore, as you can tell. I'm just recording straight from my phone because it's a pain in the ass to like line up because my mouth doesn't sync up with the thing when I record it on GarageBand. I don't know. That's what's like kind of taking a toll on me is like the like I'm a one-man show over here, okay? I record, edit, social media, trying to get things in order. It is a lot, and it catches up to me when I think about it. Everyone's like, "Oh, you do it all by yourself?" And I'm like, yeah, I do it by myself. So I am trying to switch things up a little bit to make it more easier for me. Hence, I don't wear headphones anymore. And I'm just talking directly into my phone. But again, I'm not recording how much time I have. But it's okay. 20-10 minutes. It's kind of just a running gag at this point. I updated the cat closet if you're watching this. Oh, my guys fell down. I put a couple wrestling figures up there from the early 90s. Got Bret Hart, Ravishing Rick Rude, Ted DiBiase, Jake the Snake, Undertaker, and the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Got a couple new stickers. Shout out Ryan Bada getting me the Dino Ass inside joke. But if you guys get stickers or you have something that you want me to hang into the cat closet, send it over here. Just shoot me a message and I will get it out to you. No one else too, I've realized, and it's got to be true. So I get a lot of people like wanting to be on the podcast, which is fucking awesome. Or like I'll email somebody and I'll get an email back from like their intern. I'm not buying that, okay? Like, unless you're like really, really big, you have a fake email and you have a different alias. I'm gonna start doing that. So if someone wants to give me a fake name to use, then I can just put all my interviews in one email. I'm doing it. So give me a good name. If someone has a good name, I will draw you a picture and I will send it to you. Yeah, that was yeah, I need to do that. And then, so on my brother's birthday, get this, right? I haven't seen my family in a while. Obviously, I dropped a huge bomb last week at the end of that episode, and I'm not going to really get into it anymore because it's exhausting as well. And I didn't really want to do it, but it came out because I was like, fuck it. So I saw my family on my dad I grew up with side, and they're still my family. It was super awkward because I knew they knew, and I just didn't want to, like, it doesn't change anything. Like, whatever. Like, family's family no matter what it is. So it was good to see them. And I saw my uncle, and I haven't seen my uncle in so long, and he's like one of the funniest fucking guys in the world. I always loved seeing him. And he's got like a King of the Hill type voice. Like, man, it's so hard to explain him. So I was messing with him. Like, I gave him like a creepy hug, and I was like, hey, good to see you, man. And then I was like ragging on him about like eating cookies and like eating cheese at the same time. And then when they were all leaving, I was talking to my aunt, and she was like, oh, it's tough that he has Alzheimer's now, huh? And I'm like, excuse me? That information was not privy to me at any time. So I don't know how I didn't know that. No one told me. And when I was like joking around with them, everyone was laughing. And I was like, oh, so I'm just making fun of my uncle who has Alzheimer's? And it's super sad, man. Like, he's still like himself, but like when I hugged him, I walked away, and I guess he didn't know who I was. And that just like, it gutted me. I was like, damn, man. Like, life is like, I always say life's like too long, but it really isn't. And it's like, he's still a young cat. I just felt so bad, but gave him another big hug when he was on his way. And when you jog his memory, he remembered. But yeah, man, that was like, that's gotta be fucking scary. And then like, I did some like research, not research. I don't fucking do any research, okay? I Google something, and what are the first thing is I read it. No one else's bullshit. When you go to a website and it's like the Washington fucking Post or the New York Post or whatever, you click it and they're like, you got to pay for this article. No, thank you. That's like paying for porn. I will find this article on the next link. Okay? Like, who do you guys think you are? I'm not signing up and paying for a news article that somewhere else. Oh, man, people fucked up. So I always was like, what's the difference between dementia and Alzheimer's? And if you don't know this, dementia is a general term for a decline in mental ability severe enough to interfere with the daily life. Alzheimer's is the most common cause of dementia. So Alzheimer's is a specific disease, and dementia is just like the main thing. I guess there's like 5 different types of dementia. I did not know that, and I didn't list them, but that's news to me. So you learn something new every day, because I feel like that's a phrase people go back and forth on, and they don't know which is which, but it's kind of the same thing. It's always so confusing. But yeah, man, it's just like that thing. I always like try to look into things. I see like videos where like someone's grandmother has dementia in some form, and like they play like music from like back in the day, and like it'll open up like triggers in your head, because you got to think about it. Like when you're driving and you hear a song, and it's like, say it's from like your middle school days, you will get like so many thoughts and memories from that, just from one song. And like I could see that happening. Like there's got to be like something else to that, and I think that's super interesting to me. Like, what's gonna happen? Like, if that ever happened to me, like, you would have to play like Project Pat, good googly moogly, and I'd be like, oh, good googly moogly, that thing is juicy. That's a fucking banger, dude. So go listen to that. Shout out Project Pat. Funny enough, when I was super depressed, I messaged Project Pat on Instagram because I was so fucking crazy, and I said thank you for like having his music, because it like kept me going. Like Project Pat, Kesha, and wrestling theme songs is what got me through 2019. So I like sent a message to Project Pat, and he fucking replied and said, stay up, young blood, or something like that. I don't know. But it was super cool that he would reply back to me. Project Pat, super underrated. Yeah, man, I'm just getting back in the swing of things, and I appreciate everybody that said all these nice things to me with the podcast. And it's so funny, like running into people, and they're like, oh, I love the podcast. I'm like, dude, can you text me and tell me you listen to it? Because I don't know who listens to this. I don't. If like you don't know me that well, shoot me a message. I need to talk to people that listen to this, because I get baffled when I see people. They're like, oh, 20TIMinutes. Also, it's not 20TIMinutes. I feel like a lot of people are getting that lately. And that's fine, because it looks like that. 20TIMinutes. If I was T.I., the rapper, it would make sense. But I feel like every like song or lyric or something gets misconstrued with like rappers' names. Like it's always pronounced differently. And I was like trying to go for something that wouldn't happen, where people would mispronounce it, but they do. Even Alexa says it wrong. What does she say? She says it, I think, 20TIMinutes. I'm like, shit. So I'm the new T.I. TIMOTHY McCarthy. So I do a Q&A on my website, and I got a couple. That guy Amped hamming me with a couple right now, and I thought they were pretty funny. The first one, he says, if you can get in the ring with one person knowing you will win, who would it be? Now, that's an easy question. I can say like any, like I could put a child in there, and I'd put him to work. But I was trying to think of somebody that's like in my weight class or like in my like build. So I don't hate him, and I wanted to go with someone I didn't like. Like I don't like what's his name? Colin Farrell. I feel like that'd be a tough fight. He'd probably win. I'll tell you who I would just fucking 2-piece up, no problem, octagon, boxing, whatever, is Macaulay Culkin. Macaulay Culkin, Home Alone. If you want to catch these hands, fucking Culkin, come and see me, because you're getting laid out, pal. That's who I feel like I can take. What do you think? You think I can take him? Then he asked, what's the worst piece of advice they told you about marriage, about your mental health? That's super interesting. I know they always say happy wife, happy life. And that is true. But if you're not happy yourself, it's not going to happen. So I wasn't happy for the longest time. So that translates to my wife having a fucking miserable time. So you got to start with inner peace first, dude. And then you can spread it to like other people. And then you can all be happy. So yeah, they don't give you a heads up on that. You just got to just make your wife happy, I guess. If you get depression, just eat it and just watch yourself explode. Then he asked me, what book did they make you read in school that you always wanted to throw at the teacher? All of them. I don't know how to read. I was a Cliff Notes guy. In college, I got called out for using Wikipedia. It was like when Wikipedia wasn't that big yet, and I pretty much wrote a whole article through Wikipedia. And I almost got hit with plagiarism, so they made me redo it, and I didn't, and they accepted it. So I was like, easy peasy. Last thing. We are raising money for cystic fibrosis. Me, Lindsay, my brother, my sister-in-law, and their friend. We are climbing, we're hiking like 20 miles or some shit, which I'm not ready for, by the way. So we're raising money for cystic fibrosis. It's a breathing disease normally called CF. I know I mentioned this before. Lindsay's sister in 2017 died of cystic fibrosis, so we're doing this in her honor. So I have a post link with my link tree. So it's pretty much like wherever you follow me, you can click my link, and it's like the top thing. So if you want to donate, we would greatly appreciate it. If you're in the Massachusetts area, we'll be doing raffles with the scratch tickets. Or even if you're not from Massachusetts, if you want to buy the scratch tickets and see if you win, then have to come and visit me. It's a win-win, okay? But I'm going to look for other raffles. If anyone out there wants to sponsor or do anything to help, if you want to get some raffle items, if you want to donate money, greatly appreciate it. We're actually almost halfway there to our 5,000 team goal. I appreciate the people that have donated. Shout out to all of you. It really means a lot, and it really means a lot to Lindsay, and she's super excited about this hike. I'm not a big hiker. I don't really like being outdoors. I'm a city kid. I don't like bugs. I just don't like the outdoors, but I'm gonna have to deal with it. And I'll probably record it, and hopefully I don't get lost like 27 days later, or whatever the fuck it's called. All right, my music suggestion, Riff Raff, Yellow Wolf, $1 Million Mullet. $1 Million Mullet, talking Ted DiBiase right here. The $1 Million Man. It's actually a good song. Go listen to it. And then I feel like I did this movie before, but Lindsay told me to do it. It was Best in Show. Great movie. It's about like the dog show where like you get the blue ribbon and stuff. Great cast. Super funny. Super underrated too, by the way. If you never heard of that movie, Best in Show, go watch it. I think it's on Netflix, Hulu. I don't know. There's fucking Paramount Plus now. There's all this dumb shit. I got rid of cable to save money. Now I'm buying all this shit, and it's more than cable. Oh my God. That's my biggest gripe of the week right there. I thank you guys so much for checking out another episode, 20 Minutes. I have a lot of great interviews coming up on Thursdays. I have them pretty much booked out until August, which is freaking nuts. A lot of good rock, paper, scissors matchups, by the way. Woo-wee. Wait till you see what the record's going to be after next week. Yeah. But I love you guys so much. You guys know this so much. And thank you again for everyone that said the nice things about last episode and the whole suicide thing. It's very tough to get that out, as you can tell by watching or listening, because I had to edit it, because there was times I just sat here like I was buffering and just trying not to cry because the Wi-Fi sucks. But thank you guys again. Have yourself a great week, weekend, month, every day. Give someone a hug. Tell them you love them. Text somebody you haven't talked to in a while. And you, go have yourself a good one. Later.
fire.
This podcast is not intended to be a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Always seek the advice of your physician or other qualified health provider with any questions you may have regarding a medical condition. If you are feeling suicidal, please dial 911.